There's only
including
one
from his administration,
candidate who has the overwhelming support of not only her party, but also the other side's party. Okay, you see the crazy Tulsi Gabbard on that side, who was really never a Democrat. You see RFK, who I just would never have brought him up because he's the one who actually went to beg Kamala Harris for a job, got denied, and then decided, okay, well then I'll go to Trump. So he fits in well there because he'll go to the highest bidder. That actually does nothing, and it's too late to get off of many of those ballots. And most people who are such low information voters, that is actually not even going to help him. But there's only one candidate that has the endorsement from people who are actually respectable from both sides of the aisle, and that is Kamala Harris. And tonight she showed the American people that she wants to work for the people. She made the case that she was a prosecutor. She started from that beginning, and I can tell you that it's not a job that you do because you're making a lot of money. And her only client, I thought it was very resonating when she said that her only client was the American people, and she didn't ask them what their partisanship was. She asked them, how are they doing? And throughout the entire night, she reminded us that. How are you doing when you can't pay your bills? When you're a small business and you can't start a small business? We never heard anything like that from Trump. We never heard him look into the camera and say, how are you doing?
All of that came about under the last 3.5 years of Harris and Biden. All of that. I mean,
all of what?
All that you can't pay your bills, that inflation's gone up, that we had the false job report, and we find out that actually far less jobs were created.
It is a reality that we had COVID. It came, and unfortunately it did hit Trump. And I will say there's some things he did. I supported the tax thing for companies when we had a supply side issue. But we were inherited, and I say we because now I'm talking partisan wise, but not we should be more purple than anything. I will support that. But Harris stated tonight they inherited a terrible economy and have to move forward. We are experiencing that feel because we're still stuck in an economy where the people who own the corporations are more concerned about making profits. I am old enough, and I think everybody at this table is, to remember a time where price gouging was considered un-American. And that is what you cannot say. The Biden-Harris administration has done anything to cause inflation when you have corporations making record profits as well as getting tax breaks. They don't mix. Inflation comes because we have a supply side problem, which we did have during COVID.
She wants to put price controls over food.
She doesn't want price controls. What she wants,
absolutely said she did.
No, she absolutely did not. That is the narrative that Republicans like to say because you like to change things to your own narrative.
Well, Biden's own economist said it.
What she wants to do is to go after companies that have monopolies, because when you have monopolies, when you have a company that owns pretty much all of the industry, they are able to sell the prices that they want. They're able to set prices. She wants to go after monopolies, and she wants to go after companies that are using inflation as an excuse to continue to generate record profits. My question is this: how do we have inflation when the oil companies are making record profits? That unfortunately, they didn't talk about that today. But those are things they should have talked about.